In the heartwarming small town of Hartley, life flowed as smoothly and warmly as a freshly baked pie, or more precisely, a Sunday roast. Amid the town's serene simplicity, the rhythm of everyday life was about to be enlivened by a culinary tradition, awakened from slumber by the charming Anna. Anna, a vivacious woman in her mid-30s, had a laugh that could light up the darkest corners of any room. Her love for cooking was as legendary as her infectious spirit, and it was a passion she had nurtured since her childhood, having learned at the knee of her beloved grandmother. One spring day, while she was on one of her cleaning missions, she stumbled upon an old, dusty recipe book, tucked away in the attic. As she wiped off the thick layer of dust from the cover, she chuckled, "A little dust never hurt anyone, though it's not a usual ingredient in my cooking." This book was no ordinary cookbook, it was a treasure trove of her grandmother's time-honored recipes, and it opened a door to a bygone era, to the beloved ritual of the illustrious Sunday roast. This tradition was as deeply rooted in Hartley as the old, majestic oak tree that dominated the town square. She carefully flipped the fragile pages of the book until she reached one marked by a dried sprig of rosemary. Her heart gave a leap of joy as she saw the title, Grandma's Sunday Roast. The familiar list of ingredients and the neat handwriting brought a flood of memories, and it was almost as if she could hear her grandmother's voice echoing around her, "Remember, dear, choose your roast like you would choose a dance partner for a waltz. It must be robust, dependable, and able to withstand some heat." The ingredients were simple and homely, much like the town of Hartley itself: a 4 pounds beef roast, the star of the show salt and freshly ground black pepper, the trusted sidekicks 4 cloves of garlic, minced fresh rosemary and thyme, 2 tablespoons each, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 cup of Hartley's finest red wine, 4 large carrots, cut into chunks, 2 large onions, quartered 4 stalks of celery, cut into chunks, 2 cups of hearty beef broth. After a short trip to the local grocery store, Anna had all the necessary ingredients. The adventure began in her sunlit kitchen, where the beef roast was treated to a garlic and herb rub down. She chuckled as she realized she was treating the roast almost like a guest at a spa. She remembered her grandmother's words about the browning of the roast. As the heat sizzled and popped around the meat, she made sure every side was seared to the right shade of golden brown. The smell was divine, and she felt a jolt of joy as she realized she was reviving a long-lost culinary tradition. Next, the vegetables received their golden tan in the hot skillet, their delicious aroma filling every corner of the kitchen. Anna could feel a wave of nostalgia wash over her as she relished the familiar smells of her childhood. The next step was to deglaze the skillet with Hartley's finest red wine. She remembered her grandmother's humorous words, "Always cook with wine and sometimes add it to the food." Anna smiled, appreciating the wisdom and wit that were a part of her heritage. The roast, now golden brown and smelling divine, was placed on top of the vegetables in the skillet. She poured the beef broth around the roast and slid the skillet into the preheated oven. Now came the hard part, the waiting. Patience is the key, my dear. Rome wasn't built in a day, and a good roast isn't cooked in an hour, she heard her grandmother's voice in her mind. As the hours ticked by, Anna would baste the roast every 30 minutes, each time filling the kitchen with a rich and mouth-watering aroma. Finally, when the meat thermometer read a perfect medium-rare temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit, Anna took the roast out of the oven. It was time for the roast to rest, as Anna loosely covered it with a foil tent. She raised a glass of red wine to her grandmother's framed photo that sat on the mantel. "A good rest is just as important for a roast as it is for us," she said, echoing the wise words of her grandmother. The Sunday roast was a hit, the flavors bringing back the memories of the times when Anna's grandmother used to serve it with love and warmth. Every bite was a reminder of the love and a good sense of humor that are essential ingredients in cooking and in life. And that's how you rekindle a tradition with a scrumptious Sunday roast. If you love this, make sure you subscribe and follow our Global Kitchen Journey on YouTube for more delightful recipes and heartwarming stories from kitchens around the world. Don't miss out on our next delicious adventure.